what's up, guys? This is HCL Productions back with another YouTube video. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. This is going to be a really quick episode, just so you can watch this, or this comes out before football starts at 1. We're just going to go over some short, debating sections, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, I'm going to be, instead of making the highlight video after, from now on, I'm going to make it with the first video, since my live stream hasn't been working. So, just something that you should know. And so, the first topic we're just going to debate about is the NFC East and what's going to happen there. No, you can go first.
I think that the Giants and the Cowboys are the front runners really for the NFC East. I think that the Giants have a much better coaching staff and have everything with the coaching figured out. And I think they're a very underrated team. But I think the Cowboys have a lot of talent and they have a really easy schedule coming up. So it's a little balanced. So, but I'm gonna go with the Giants just because the coaching always matters. The coaching for the Cowboys hasn't really stepped up this season, so yeah, I'm just going to take the Giants. They have better coaching.
Alright, so I'm just going through all the schedules that they have on the end to see who could win. So the Washington has a pretty hard schedule. Even though they're in first, they have the Steelers today. Not today. They have the Steelers next game, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Panthers, and the Eagles. They can maybe win 2, but they can also lose all of them. Then you have the Eagles, who have the Packers, the Saints, the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and the Washington, which is also pretty hard. Then you have the Giants with the Browns, the Seahawks, the Bengals, the Cardinals, the Ravens, the Cowboys. So, all of these teams have pretty hard schedules going down to the final stretch. But I think maybe the Giants or the Eagles can pull out first place. But it's really, to get into the playoffs in this division, you have to be in first place. So it depends on what's happening. The Washington and New York have both won 2 games in a row. The Cowboys have lost 1, and the Eagles have lost 2. So we'll see what's gonna happen over there. You also have the AFC wild card. So just so you guys understand what's happening, the Dolphins are 6-4. The Raiders are 6-4. The Browns are 7-3. The Ravens are 6-4. The Titans are 7-3. And those are all teams that are in second or third place in their division. And so this is gonna be, so basically you can have 3 wild card teams. Right now they have 5 wild card teams in contention. And you still have other teams like the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Texans, who could still get at least have a winning season. So it's gonna be close. So Noah, what do you think's gonna happen in the wild card?
I think the Colts are going to win that division, and I think Tennessee will make it in one of the wild cards. I think the Dolphins will make it in one of the wild cards. And I think the Raiders will. But I don't think they're going to make it very far because the defense is not that good. But, yeah, that's what I think the wild card situation is going to look like in the AFC.
Just going with the strength of the schedule going down to the end, I don't think the Dolphins are going to make it. I want to say they will, but they have the Jets, which they can win, the Bengals, which they can win. But then they have the Chiefs, Raiders, Bills, and they also have the Patriots, which are all pretty hard games. So they can go 8-8, winning the Dolphins and the Jets, and then losing the rest. Or they could go 9-7, beating the Patriots. But I think the Raiders can make it right now, just because they have a pretty easy schedule going down the stretch. The Browns, I think they can make it. They have it's a balanced schedule going down to the end, because you have some easy teams like the Eagles, Jaguars, Jets. Then you have like the Giants, which depends on how they play that week. Then you have good teams like the Ravens, Steelers, Titans. So it depends for the Browns, but I think they can make it. I think the Raiders can make it, which leaves one more. And I don't think the Ravens can make it. So they had like a COVID outbreak, so Lamar has COVID, Mark Ingram has COVID, and more of their star players. And they also have like a really hard schedule facing the Steelers, Browns, and they play the Titans on Sunday, losing in overtime, which was a really good game. But I think that them losing 2 in a row is really going to put a dent in that team, because they lost to the Patriots on that Sunday night. Then they lost to the Titans in overtime. So I don't think they have that much momentum to carry it on. That's why I think the Ravens won't make it. And Lamar hasn't been playing his best football. I think the Titans are going to be the last team, just because they have the Colts. They have the same record right now, so it really depends. So if the Titans win the game today at 1, they go to first. Then they have the Browns, the Jaguars, the Lions, the Packers, and the Texans. So they sort of mixed it up during the end, but it depends on how the Ravens play. But right now, I think the Dolphins and the Ravens, 2 6-4 teams, they're not going to make it. But the Titans, Browns, and Raiders are going to make it. Then, one of the big stories was last week and on Sunday, Joe Burrow tore his ACL and is out for the rest of the season. And Justin Herbert's been doing really well. And Tua hasn't been doing the best. It's just been his defense and stuff has been good enough to carry the team. And so you also have like Chase Claypool, Justin Jefferson, and one of the really good players that people haven't really been focusing on is James Robinson, who is 3rd in the league for rushing yards right now as an undrafted rookie on the Jaguars. So he could win it as well. There's also a running back on the Redskins who has 11 rushing touchdowns, because he's been getting the ball close to the end zone, which leads all rookie running backs by a long margin. So it's up for grabs, but I just wanted to know if you think that Joe Burrow can still win it, even though he's injured and out for the rest of the year.
I don't think that he will, just because, the way Herbert's playing. I mean, I don't think Tua's going to win it. I think Herbert's going to win it. But just because of the way that Herbert's been playing all season, I think that Herbert is going to win Rookie of the Year and not Burrow.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, it depends. But if Herbert can't play well during the end of the year, he might not win it and someone else might. But this is the best rookie, which really depends. It's not like the MVP, which is really usually quarterbacks. This really depends. Like last year, it was a quarterback, but Saquon won it 2 years ago. And you also have some really good wide receivers in this draft class. And the Chargers are 3-7 because they haven't been really winning their games down near the end. So they lost to the Dolphins by 1 possession. They lost to the Raiders by 1 possession. Lost to the Broncos by 1 point. Lost to the Saints by a field goal. And then they lost to the Bucks by a touchdown. They lost to the Panthers by 1 possession. They lost to they actually beat the Bengals by 3 points, and then they lost to the Chiefs by 3 points. So they have the Bills today. They're most likely not going to win that. They have the Patriots. That's close. So I think that if Herbert can play well against because he's not playing really good defense near the end. Like, the Bills have a pretty good defense. The Patriots have a okay defense. The Falcons, okay defense. Raiders, okay defense. Broncos don't have that good of a defense. And then the Chiefs' defense is sort of like looking for legs again. So I think he could win it, but watch out for James Robinson because I think he's a runner-up in winning this. I don't think Tua has done enough just yet, coming in late in the season. So he doesn't even have 1,000 passing yards yet, and Herbert's well above it. So I think Herbert can take it. But once again, watch out for Robinson because he's been doing really well. And yeah, it's pretty a short one. That's basically all for today. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you can watch some of the games. There's a good one in the Colts and the Titans. You have a few other good ones. The Chiefs and the Patriots is going to be a really good one. So, yeah, hope you have a good rest of your weekend and a good week. See you on Wednesday. It's Your Productions out.